I so love that dope ass intro. I
You
really
guys dance to
So
it
good.
too in the line? I'm like,
I can see all of y'all. I don't know if you can see me, but I can see all
no.
of y'all, how y'all react, like, while all that is
Oh, you can't.
playing.
What
It's
does
great.
everybody do?
I see everybody bopping. Everybody's just chilling, mostly chilling. I saw you real quick. You were on some. Oh my
Shit.
goodness. We are late tonight. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Mold, year-end edition, episode 143. We're your Tuesday night delight here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Almost a full house. We got one back, but we lost another one.
Yeah.
So, a couple of quick orders of business before we get started tonight. Dust, if you know him, reach out to him, say what's up. He recently lost somebody that was really special to him, and I think it's somebody we all know and that we've met before. And just another unfortunate piece of news coming out of 2020. Like, I mean, we can't get this year over with, any sooner, and that's coming in just a few days. But on the flip side of that, you also got to say happy birthday to Dust Mites himself, the Rock Father himself. So happy birthday, Dust. We love you, man, and we're all here for you, brother.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Dust.
Happy birthday. Pam, pam,
Happy
pam. All right, so as I said, I'm Harrican BX. Let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. I'm just going to go straight around the yard, and the one that's right next to me, right over here, is Big Dom. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up, guy? What are you doing? Doing good. Doing good. Christmas. Was it Christmas that just passed? Jesus.
How was your Christmas, brother? Christmas, over the past weekend. How was yours, man?
Dude, it was like literally the 4 days felt like one day because it was just all jammed together. So it was great. Really enjoyed it. We do Christmas Eve at my mom's. It was great. Had a lot of fish, shellfish, bacalao, codfish. So it was a whole fish dinner, which is always lovely. You never, it definitely due to the year. I was not eating that food. I was away from Newark, which is like Portuguese Central. So didn't get any type of lunch where I would eat like that type of food. So it was nice to have that and just sit around with the family, get drunk, drink some wine, and just enjoy the night. And then we ended up going back that morning and just watch the kids open presents, which is always fun. Kids make Christmas, dude. I love just you play the part when you're a kid, opening gifts and experiencing all the fun and the excitement, and then when you're an adult, it's just giving. It's just is as much as the good feeling that I had as I was receiving it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just watching a kid just open up a gift and the smiles and the little happy dances that they do, it's just amazing. So
yeah. The whole point, man. That stuff like that brings me back to when we were kids. And you were waiting, I don't know how, everybody else did it, but, Dave, I'm sure probably similar. We always did our kind of gathering, on Christmas Eve, and we're, as kids trying to stay up to midnight so we could open up presents, and they throw us a bone and let us maybe open a couple early or whatever.
Maybe one.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, that one. Yep.
But that's the best thing, man. I remember my reactions when I got something that I wanted, so I could just imagine just seeing it now, just like I see it with my nieces and nephews. It's the greatest feeling, in the world. It's awesome. So,
and we finished. Christmas Day we finished out the day at my sister-in-law's. We did more, Christmas shop, Christmas opening presents and stuff, and eating good food and just enjoying family on my wife's side, and then Saturday, my brother actually took a trip down from Scranton, and we had another Christmas dinner on Saturday night. So it was fun. So 3 Christmases because I had a fun Christmas Eve, Christmas, and Saturday Christmas with my brother and his two boys. So it was fun.
Nice. Sweet, man. Family time is always good.
Yeah.
All right. JD, everybody's favorite pigment surgeon. How you doing, bro?
What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight?
Chilling, man.
Anyway,
I'm good.
Anyway,
Let's not everybody answer at once now.
yeah, really. Yeah, holiday. Getting over some pneumonia.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Really?
I'm okay though. Yeah, it was like walking pneumonia.
Okay.
You had
Had
the
a-
Rona?
No, not the Rona.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia. Walking pneumonia.
Just walk by, said hello.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, lots of good food. I made lasagna on was it Saturday? I hadn't made lasagna in a very, very long time. Of course, Christmas was really, really good for all of us. It was a good time.
JD,
Where's-
don't you tell Dom that you don't need to be a little kid to run around and dance and be all happy?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to,
yeah.
like, you
I
don't
can
need to be a
imagine.
little kid.
I could
Imagine that 40-year-old bearded man doing it in his pajamas.
Oh my god!
I'm sure Chan did like one of those. What's that behind the Christmas tree? JD? Are you kidding me? Oh, is that for me?
What?
Is that for me?
Well, we'll get there when a little later in the show. Like, but it was everybody got it was really good because it seemed like between just all of us here at the house put a lot of thought into what we got each other.
Mhm.
So, there was a little bit of emotion and happy tears and this and that here and there, and it was good stuff. It was really good. I feel like we all made out pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Something to be thankful for, man. That's awesome.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely.
All right. Next up, John Addict. How you doing tonight, Pop?
I'm doing good. Had a pretty good Christmas too. It was very quiet. Usually, Christmases are filled with cousins and aunts and uncles and all that, but this year's a little different. It was just my parents, my brother, and my family. My wife and kid. So it was nice, and that was the Eve. Like Jose said, we celebrate the Eve. Us Puerto Ricans do everything the day before, just in case it goes into the next day and you just don't want to stop. And then the following day, I just spent it with my in-laws. Nice little quiet dinner. We got there around 3, stayed till like 9. So it was a good day. Just eating, talking. Enjoying. Like Dom said, watching my daughter open gifts everywhere she went.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Nice.
now she's got gifts. She's got gifts in every house we go to. We go to my mother's house. She got gifts there. We brought most of them back because Santa is bringing them. We can't let her know that we're buying them. It was kind of hard doing that here too, with like half the shit I had to put together in my room. She opened basically the night before. Me and my wife had to put together a trampoline and some other odd ends, but the trampoline was the big thing. So the trampoline has a bar. You have to basically make sure that the bar is connected the right way. You don't want your kid busting their face or anything, right? So we laid out all the gifts. We couldn't you can't wrap a trampoline. So you basically gonna have to just drape the wrapping paper over it and put all the rest of the gifts in front of it. So my kid, bro, she gets there and she's already looking at the big thing. Oh, it's so big. What's that? You have 50 fucking gifts in front of it. What are you worried about? Start opening those. But I want to know what that is. And she goes, I think I know what it is, Mommy. What? She goes, you had it in the garage, right? She must have saw the box one time and remembered it. Because my wife bought this back in June, okay? And it's been sitting in the garage. And she saw the leg of it, a blue leg sticking out, and she knew what it was already. And she's like,
Smart.
I can't wait to jump on it. I'm like, how the fuck do you know it's a trampoline? I'm like, are you kidding me? And my wife looks at me and she's like, yeah, I told you. And because we were wrapping it and we were debating on covering the legs, and she ain't gonna know what it is. Cover it with gifts.
Right.
Little bitch knew exactly what the fuck was there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
Hey,
No. Oh, good.
Yeah.
She opened her gift. She loved everything she got. You spend a lot of time dealing with like batteries and connecting things. She has a
Oh, God.
smartwatch, like a little kid smartwatch, and showing her how to take pictures on it and all that other shit. So it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna take away from what Dom said. It is about the kids, but I want some time for me too. Like Christmas Day, no fucking time for me anymore. Like I wanted to go play a new game on fucking Xbox or PlayStation, because that's what I did. From what 9, 10 years old, we were getting games till we were in our 20s. Probably that was the main gift every year. Was a video game. So the next day, me and my brother would just play games all day.
Yeah.
We would stop to eat and fucking maybe watch a Christmas Story in between, and then go back to playing. So like, I'm up here for maybe 20 minutes before you know it, they're both up here. They're both, she got these fairy thing. These things are dope. I got one too. My mother bought me a Black Panther one. I didn't know it was for me. It was like a gag gift kind of, but it's like those little helicopters that fly in the house. You hold it and the shit just starts going, and you got to keep your hand under it because it has a sensor, and you could walk through the whole house with it flying.
Nice.
But for some reason, mine's like OD, like powerful or something. Like I would go with it, and all of a sudden would shoot like at my dog, and my dog would be jetting across the fucking across the house, and be flying into the windows and the fucking curtains and shit. And my wife's like, "You got to put that thing away." I'm like, "Yeah." All right. But overall, great time. Opening gifts and enjoying everything with my kid. It was probably the best year I've had with that, because I think she's a little older.
Yeah,
So she understands what to do with the stuff now.
She can enjoy it more. Like she knows she's more aware of what's going on.
Right.
So yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
It was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, it's cool that she's smart at least. Meaning, that she's pretty intelligent to figure all that out.
Yep.
So, all right, nice. G Money, what about you, bro?
Dude, what's up? It's really good to see you guys. Number one, it's been way too long with just life and work and stuff. I'll be a bit of a not a downer, but just a different insight. So there's no kids in our family right here, and I was very fortunate. My mom and sister came down from Ohio and spent the Christmas weekend with us. Now I'll just share, like, your family, and Dave's heard the details. I'll keep it quicker, but it's a mixed blessing sometimes, right? When your family visits and they're house guests, and you're just kind of trying to be accommodating and give them a nice visit, and just different perspectives. My mother and sister live together right now, and my sister's grown; she's an adult woman, so they get frustrated with each other. My mom is she's aging, has a harder time hearing. Okay, my sister lives with this woman who has a hard time hearing, so she yells in her conversation. So she's just incredibly loud for everything she says. So when you're trying to engage your family and one person can't hear anything that you say unless they're facing you and reading your lips, and then the other person is screaming at you when you're literally sitting next to each other on the couch, right? And doesn't realize how loud she is. And then the woman who can't hear doesn't realize that she's slamming doors and cabinets and everything she does is like super loud. It was an interesting weekend for sure. And then, like I said, the two of them, when they live together and then you travel together and then you get to your destination, all they do is complain about each other. So it was interesting. It's
Gary, I couldn't help but tell Lauren about that when we hung up. And I was like, poor Gary, we've had you in the house and you're quiet. We don't even know when you're here. So like, he leaves the house. I don't even know when he fucking leaves. Like, he's gone. And fucking, I could imagine your mom like slamming the door and you jump in.
Yeah, you're just not used to it.
Hey, man! You're
right.
Like, what the fuck are you doing for? Right in front of you.
So it's just a funny dynamic because you end up repeating yourself often, and then you're like trying to get the other person to be quiet. It was just funny. But and Christina, God bless her, she did a whole lot for everybody. She made the dinner for Christmas Eve and for Christmas Day.
Nice.
And I won't give it away, but we have 2 new family additions that we picked up just a In fact, they're both in here right now, and we've only had them for less than 2 weeks. Got 2 new kittens basically, and they, we're still acclimating. So hearing noises and everything else, right? I felt bad for them, so it was kind of good. It was a little bit of what do they call it? Just they had to get used to it, come out of their shells a little bit quicker for some of it. So, but in the end, listen, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I'm appreciative of having seen them. But it was one of those things where a little bit of family time went a long way, So, and the funny conclusion is just when they made it back home safely, and talking to my mom afterwards, they both realized, when we come separately, it's a nice break for us too. So I think next time hey, stop. Sorry. The cats are about to. They both came in this room. They're about to jump up on the bookcases. There they go. Oh shit!
You gotta break them in, bro.
I know. It's like there's no boundaries. Yeah, trust me. Well, the real quick, the other two, I'll save it for later. But yeah, so I'm not used to kittens. You know what I mean? So it's quite interesting. It's very entertaining, but it's very different.
They're small babies, or
they're like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, they were a bonded sister pair that we got from a rescue, and one of them was really, really, reserved, like it often happens. And there were 3. There were 2 sisters and a little boy, and I guess they came out of one of those real high kill shelters out of Georgia. Mm-hmm. So they came down to Florida into the rescue, and then they were in like the foster, woman's home who runs that part of the rescue. And the little brother had gotten adopted, but then the 2 sisters, they tried separating them at first, and the one just was doing really bad. She was having a hard time. So normally I wouldn't have gotten kittens. I would have adopted an older pet because I think that they're just harder to find homes for. But since they had to go together, it worked out pretty good so far. So, and they're both coming out of their shells quite a bit. So.
Keep you on
fuck your couch.
Yeah, no, it's.
Gary, what's wrong with your Mando? Why he looks so rugged and scratched up?
I know, right? It's like I can't tell people,
I sent
this
it
toy.
to JD. He weathered it for me.
Right.
Shut up.
He looks like he's eyeing, like like they're about to climb all over it.
I know. It's funny. I got the closet door open. I'm just kind of watching. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
Oh man. So,
what about you, Jose? How are things for you guys there?
It was good, man. Good, pretty quiet. Like Dave said, we didn't really travel anywhere. I was actually working Christmas Eve. Like I usually take vacation this time of year, which Jacindy did. But I took mine back in September to go see some family down in VA, so I didn't have too much time. And there's a lot of new processes going on at work, so didn't think it was the best time to take the time off with everything going on. But I worked, so it was sort of like not that traditional Christmas Eve. Like as Dave said, we usually celebrate on that day. It was like a normal kind of work day. And we actually like celebrated Christmas like on the day of with a nice little dinner and stuff like that. I got Jesse's like gifts ready on Christmas Eve, like once she went to bed, and I kind of like laid everything out for her and stuff. So she was surprised when she woke up the next morning. She's the early bird, because of her work schedule. So about 2 a.m. or so, she walked into the living room and saw her stuff, and it was nice and surprised, which is pretty cool. And I got to, on Christmas Eve, I was able to video chat with the family down in VA because they were all celebrating and eating, and the kids were all restless on the couch because they were just waiting to open gifts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how the hell you got them all like in one spot? Because it's like the tree is right there, and they're just waiting for them to say, "Yo, like, all right, it's okay, like open it." So. But it was nice to see them all chilling and having a good time and stuff like that. And but pretty low key weekend. We were just here, we was chilling, got to see the grandkid and stuff like that. Got to see Jacendi's kids. They're adults, young adults and stuff like that. So just a low key time overall, but it was a good time. So looking forward to like another long weekend this weekend because we're usually off the New Year's holiday. So another 3-day weekend, yay! I'm always all for that. Yeah. So, all right. Well, it was nice to hear. Everybody had a nice holiday, and it's the end of the year, guys. 2020. The years, it was tough. It was challenging. A lot of things going on out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just threw it out in the chat. It's going to sort of mimic what ETR did last night and kind of just go through what some of our, favorite pickups were throughout the year, or just whatever we felt appreciative of, because this was a rough one, so whatever got you through, you know, it's just very fortunate, a lot of us just being able to be here today. We lost some friends, we've lost some people this year, and just everybody's dealing with a lot. So it was nice to kind of look back and see, some of our favorite pickups, and just to basically, see what we're appreciative of. So before we show our stuff and talk about it, everybody that's watching live in the chat, throw it out there. Throw it in the chat. Let us know what your favorite 5 pickups were, or whatever you were happy with, with this year, despite everything that was going on. So, oh yeah, Beansy's like, Jose got that bending. I did, bro. Yo, and you know what? Honestly, if it wasn't like Dust's post in the realm of cooks, like everybody's cooking. If I didn't post that, well, I'm hoping she makes this, and that, I don't think I would have got it. Because it was so low key. Like, we were just here, we were chilling. Like, it was just kind of us. So I don't think she was planning on making anything big for dinner. And I'm like, yeah, I want some pernil, I want some gandules, some mac and cheese, maybe a macaroni salad. Then she posted, I feel pressured. She came through. It was banging. So everybody in the chat, just let us know what your favorite pickups were, and we'll shout them out like here as we go through them and stuff like that. So put a little presentation here together. Let's see if I could screen. I barely know what I'm doing here, guys. Give me a second, and I'll screen share. Let's share it up. Boom. All right. Can you guys see what I see?
Nope.
Oh,
it's coming.
Wait.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Yeah.
There we go. Came up. Nice. All right. Sweet. So, all right. BTM 2020 favorite pickups of the year. Let's go through it. Let's see who's up first. Oh,
of course, me.
It's Dominic. All right. So let's see what we got here.
It's going to be like a running theme, because it was like, for me, it was like some long-waited things that I've been waiting for so long. And this first one is, the Black Series Cad Bane was like something that, a character that we have always wanted in the Black Series wave, and they put it out. And, unfortunately, the exclusive was hard to get. I failed to get it, but I did jump on it on the secondary market, because I just really would love. I love the fact that it came in an exclusive package, and it came in. They got that extra character in there, so this is a figure that I thought was long overdue, and I picked it up.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, because I'm like, when I saw this picture, I'm like, who the fuck is this? So you said Cad Bane, like where is he from? Like it looks like
he's from the Clone Wars. He was introduced in the Clone Wars, yeah, and he's. I'm hoping that he does get in some of these TV series that are popping up for Disney Plus. I hope he does come in live action.
Fucking ridiculously awesome.
He's definitely a character that I enjoyed in the Clone Wars, and to get him again in live action would be great.
Is he a popular character, like, generally in the fandom?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely in Clone Wars, he's very popular. So, but like I with everything that they've done with Black Series, there were so many good figures that came out. The new Stormtrooper that they produced with the new mold is awesome. And there's a lot to look forward to in this line, and I can't wait. But this is one that I when I missed the exclusive, there was no doubt that I was going to go pick this up in the secondary market, because I wanted it. So it was something that I was always wanting.
From the look of him with the hat and the trench coat and stuff, it looks like he's like a bounty hunter. Is that the sort of character that he is?
Yep.
Okay. He looks a little bit like Death's Head. Remember from like Marvel UK and stuff? I don't know if you remember that character.
Maple.
I remember Death's Head. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of what the look is kind of like reminding me of, And then who's the droid? Is that droid known to be like a companion or something?
He actually came out like in just a few episodes with him.
Okay.
It was when they had, I think they took over a temple or something, somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And they had like a bomb set, and I think the robot was attached to the bomb in some way or another, if I'm correct.
And there's so much they can do. He did have other. I know he was also in a clone trooper's disguise outfit that he was in. So there's things that they can do with this character and everything like that, and put more toys for him out there. So
yeah, sky's the limit, man. You know, we've seen all that stuff coming out from Disney Plus. So we never know.
The second one is my love. This was a figure that came out a long time ago. Like it came out. I think it was the 08. I might be 08, 09. Mondo put out this figure. It's a 12-inch figure for Iron Giant, and I missed out on this and loved the movie. I fell in love with the movie right away, and just enjoyed it so much. And when I found out that Mondo did make a figure, as I searched this eBay to find it, the prices people were already asking like $600, almost $800 for this figure.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was something that I was hoping and wishing for them to reissue eventually, and I don't know if they were ever going to do it. And this past year they did it, and it came out, and I jumped on it quickly. It got the exclusive right through Mondo, and if you haven't seen this movie, watch the movie. It's a great movie. I know Chan talked about it on ETR. Yep. It's lovely. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely a heartfelt movie, and as this character does not speak a lot, it definitely comes off in loving him right away, and what he portrays, and the superhero he always wants to be. So it's great.
I've always heard it was good, but I got to say I haven't seen this movie either. Like, and I kind of regret that. I always heard it was a good film, so I'm gonna try to definitely catch up with it. I mean, I know at the time, like, just thinking like the animation looked pretty spectacular.
Yeah. So once the reissue came out, I definitely jumped all over it. 1,000 Toys didn't make 6-inch figures of this guy. They did 2 releases where they give different accessories. The second release comes with more of his his military accessory. As the movie goes protrudes, you'll see him develop what his intentions his intentions really were. Like he's a weapon to destroy. What he was really made for. Made for, yeah.
Not his intention.
Yeah.
He was a softie.
Yep. And then you gotta watch the movie. Movie explains it very well. And then the exclusive comes with certain things that the regular release didn't come with. So I jumped on the Mondo exclusives, like JD. Like with all Mondo figures, if you go through them directly through their website, they have certain accessories or exclusive figures that they put out. So
I could see why you like this, Tom.
It's it's a big giant, heartfelt, and
it's like you. It's like you.
Yeah, exactly like me. Exactly like me.
And who voiced him, Dom, in the movie?
Vin Diesel voiced him in the movie.
Yes.
So, if you're a fan of Groot, this is like Groot in a robot form.
Exactly.
In robot form. Absolutely.
He gets the easiest jobs.
Yeah.
Nice.
You have seven words in this movie, sir.
This next one was a long-awaited one because I was so amazed. Like I remember walking in to TFCon and seeing a lot of people customize their Devastator, and a lot of people would cell shade their figures, and I was always impressed by individuals who do just cell shading on some of the figures, especially Devastator. And I was like, you know what? When there comes a time, if any company does a cell shaded constructor or any type of shell shaded Devastator, I'm buying it. And lo and behold, this was there was a rumor that this was coming out, and I was searching for it, and eventually it released, and I jumped all over it. I pre-ordered it right away and received it, and it's beautiful. It's everything I always wanted in regards to a cell shaded Devastator, because I just think it pops. It's just beautiful. So it was definitely an expensive purchase, but well worth it for something that I've been waiting for so long. And granted, like we had an episode that we talked about customizing some of these, repainting some of these figures, and for this myself, I could have bought the $300 constructor, but then I would probably had to pay another $400 for somebody to customize this to the way that this is. So I had no problem dropping $700 on this thing, because to do it without it being released like this, I would have probably had to spend $700 anyway to get somebody to do it.
And you might have been waiting a long time.
Probably waiting. Yeah. Say again, Jose.
More money, more time, more money,
and probably even more money. Yeah, like I said, these there's 6 bots, and like I said, the customization, the cell shading goes throughout in regards to combined mode, robot mode, and vehicle mode. So it's all there. They didn't skip a beat or any shortcuts in regards to the paint job that they put on this thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how many constructors do you have, Dom? The regular one and that one?
That's it. Yeah, the regular one and this one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and this was the first one from Toy World that was kind of like mega big, and then the parts forming that kind of opened everybody's eyes, like, which it seems to be like the trend now with the combiners, like doing that. So to get it like this, it does look amazing, like you said.
Yeah. So it's something that I would, like I said, again, it was long waited. I was always looking for something like this. It was definitely an idea that I was going to do if I to get somebody to customize it for me, if I had the money and the time, and try to get somebody to sign on board to do something like this is also hard to find and get, because I'm sure it took a long time. It would take a long time for somebody to do this. So
yeah. Nice,
that's my third one. And then my fourth, yay!
Look at
everybody knows the story.
Jealous.
I found a steal in regards to the Super 7 Castle Grayskull, and when I purchased that one, I knew this one was not announced at the time. So I purchased the Grayskull just because it was a good deal, and I always wanted one, and I always had my eye on it. That vendor, I think, who I bought it from, had it at the show like 3 shows in a row, and it was always something that I was going to eventually, buy from him. The price was always coming down every time he brought it to the show, so it was just great timing. Dust always loves cracking on me because I was like running it out to my car while he was at the pork and whatever restaurant that's there, the Porker Bar and Grill, whatever the thing. And then and when this was announced and released, and Super 7 was doing it, I was like, no, there was no question I was going to buy this thing. So it's definitely. It's still in the box. The box is beautiful, by the way. It's humongous, and it's still in the box. I haven't taken it out either sets. I don't know where I'm going to put these things, but I'm so happy that I have them. It's something that's going to grow in my collection. It's like it definitely, it's sad that I was collecting a lot of the Filmation line from Mattel and Super 7. That went away, and I was kind of sad about it. So now it's like, Gary, it's like I'm trying to hold back and collecting classics and going back and buying classics, but hopefully with this new stuff that's coming out from Master of the Universe, maybe they'll reinstitute some of those classics in that wave, and I can pick up some of the characters and fill it out as much as I possibly can. So
I think with the Netflix series, Dom, it's actually a good move, because I have a feeling they're going to not just reissue, but make some updated versions to go with that again. So it's just, if you just wait it out, I think it'll pay off.
But as I watched reviews of people getting this in, because I didn't get it right away. Some individuals, some YouTubers definitely got them first before me, and just the table alone, and the chair, and the monster pit,
throne.
Like these, the throne is just beautiful pieces. Like they're artworks in itself. So it's an amazing piece.
Yeah, looks good, man. Looks good, and proud pickup.
Yeah.
All right.
So my last but not least. Now, as all you know, and I don't know if listeners know, that I do collect some statues, and this statue was, when I saw it at New York Comic Con. I can't remember when I saw it, whether it was 2019. I think it came out, and it was teased, and I was just so like, when I saw it, I knew I wanted it. I wanted it, and I quickly went to Spec Fiction, and where I purchased them from statues from them before, and I was looking to see whether they had it up for pre-order. They didn't. Eventually, a couple days later, they had a reservation set up, which I quickly got on the reservation list because this statue, they only made 333 statues of the color version and then the smoke version. So once I put my reservation, he contacted me saying, like, listen, once I get all my orders in for the statue, then you can select which one you want, whether you want the color version or the smoke version. And definitely spent a week once he came in and told me, that he has his orders. Which one do you want? I said to myself, I battled between both of them, and I opted for the color version because I thought the color version just popped a little bit more. It reminded me a little bit more of the animated look in some of these characters. I understand the smoke version. The smoke version definitely is more of an artist take on what the statue is really meant for. But with the colors, I couldn't say no to it. So
I mean, all the characters stand out so much more.
Yeah. If you're more of a Batman lover and you just want to have Batman as the character that's being portrayed in the statue, the smoke version is definitely the one to go with because it puts Batman. He's the only one that's colored. His villains all around him, and it's definitely a more artist perspective on the statue. So. But this one is the one I went with, and it's a lovely statue. It's a 1/6 statue, so most of these characters are 12 inches. Obviously, a lot of these characters are half cut, like Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze and Penguin. But Batman itself is a 12-inch figure, and Joker as well. So, and they're all individual. The only thing that's built in is actually Bane. He's actually built into the base. So every one of these characters are individual pack, and then you basically have to put them into the statue or peg them in. So it's a beautiful statue. It's one that I'm going to keep for the rest of my life. It's kind of the all end with regards to Batman statues, and it's something that I can probably have many other Batman statues in my collection. They might come and go in my collection, but this one I think will stay for as long as I'm collecting. So
yeah, it's definitive, dude. I remember, we were talking about it before we went live. Like, I remember seeing this at a New York Comic Con, so I got to see it in person, and super impressive. Like, just the size and the detail, and definitely like a definitive piece in anybody's display or collection.
Yeah. So and we had discussions like this in previous shows. This was a payment plan that I set up. It was very easy. It wasn't it didn't really bog down my wallet because I was making little small, $150 payments a month. So as it added up at the end, I fully paid for it. COVID did slow down the release of this, so it was supposed to come out in September, but it got pushed back to December. So. Happy to have this year, and it was like kind of a as I paid it a while back, beginning of the year, but it was kind of a Christmas gift to myself. So
yeah, nice. That's a end all be all of Christmas gifts, right? That's great.
But those were my 5. Like I said, there was a lot of other great figures that came out. There's a lot of wave. New figures and action figures that are coming out. I've been collecting also. Just an honorable mention is that McFarlane DC Wave line that just I've been buying up all those metal figures that they've been pushing out, and they're wonderful figures, and I'm happy that somebody like McFarlane is doing those representations because they're very dark and sinister, so it's nice to have those type of figures out there and to buy. So
Tiny Mac, those are really nice. Yep.
Thanks, Toddy Mac.
No problem, guys.
Thanks for sharing, dude. Appreciate it. All right, who do we got next up here? It's G Money. Favorite.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Okay, so this is my top choice for this year. And anybody who knows me knows I like cars. I like vehicles. As a kid, I loved Mask because I liked the actual, they were based on real life type cars, right? And even though the figures were so tiny and not much to them. I've always liked 3 3/4 scale stuff just because of the vehicles that go with it. But this is a 1/18 scale. This is the Ford Falcon Interceptor from the Mad Max movies, and it's from a company called Auto Art. And if you collect diecast, think of it, it's like anything else. You can get a $20 18 scale diecast car. You find it like Costco and Walmart and stuff like that, right? You can get stuff in the middle, and then you can get stuff at all different levels where the paintwork is like a real car. The details are real, suspension, stuff like that. So Auto Art, think of it like the Hot Toys of, how Hot Toys are 1/6 scale. So that's what this was. It was a birthday gift. But it's definitely one of my favorite pieces just because to me that vehicle is, as a kid, very iconic. It's right up there with Kit, the A-Team van for that part. So,
Yeah.
Yep. So really dig that one.
All right.
So that's the and like I will say the pictures don't necessarily do this justice because with the flash and the light you see a lot more of some of the colors in the cheeks and the ears and stuff. But this is the Sideshow Child, and it's basically a cloth statue. He's got in his right hand the little gear shift knob. It's magnetic, but that's pretty much it. He doesn't really do anything. He's stuck kind of in that pose looking up at you, and it looks like his cheeks and stuff are really rosy. If you go back and watch the series, there's more of that rose color than you think about when you compare to like the other toys. But it's really cool, and I enjoyed the series. But what's cool about this too is this is something that like my wife and I have enjoyed together. Like she went back and watched season 1 with me after it had ended, and then really just kind of got into it and enjoyed it, and that was something we did for season 2 together. Yeah, really just waiting on Fridays and making sure we could do it Friday night together, and avoid the spoilers and stuff for season 2. So
that's cool. I know. I started posting like a lot of memes with the child and stuff. So I know she like gravitated and really liked like the character. So I mean, that's cool when they could latch onto something. Like if your significant other isn't really into like your geek stuff, it's cool when they can latch onto a character or something that kind of gets their their toes wet or their foot in the door. That's cool.
Yeah, and something to be said for the simplicity. I actually had this in the Hot Toys one on pre-order. I ended up canceling the Hot Toys because I just like the facial expression on this one better, but it doesn't have any exchangeable pieces or things like that. But sometimes you just, like you said, Dom, the statue, you enjoy looking at it, right? You don't have to worry about posing it and manipulating it and stuff like that. So, so it's good.
Did you say it's pretty static? Like it's not.
It's totally static. It's just like a statue with like he's got a body and the little fabric outfit on. Yeah, that's all you can do with it. Just the way you see it. Yep.
All right.
and Gary, do you have a position where it's low on the ground looking up at you?
I don't, because he's on this pedestal that my Hulkbuster Hot Toys used to go on. It's kind of like the perfect spot for it. So, and it's high enough now with these 2 knucklehead cats and stuff where they, it's not at risk of anything happening to it. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, keep it out of their reach.
Yeah. All right. So not the best picture, but Skylinks, my first mainstream Transformers purchase in a while, and I just really enjoyed it. You guys know my collection fluctuates a lot. I had the first half of the MMC one from the TFCon, I think in Chicago when it came out from Hanny, and didn't have the patience to wait for the second half. Ended up selling the first one, and then by the time they both came out, it was hard to get both of them. So for the $80 price point, that scratched the itch pretty easily for that character, and I don't have to worry about it falling apart or it's not quite the same as the MMC one, but it was a fun toy to have and mess around with.
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, I'm all Sergeant Siege here, so I'm all in with this stuff. But I mean, that piece was really impressive. And I never had a Skylinks before, so just to see the way they put that together, looks great in both modes, especially combined the way you got them right there, and with the effect piece in the mouth. I mean, solid figure.
Yeah, he's got a good personality, and it's one of the toys, we're talking about, you walk by, you look at something, it's something I'll kind of see in the room, and I'll just repose and change its position a little bit, and then leave it for, a week or so, and then do the same thing over again. So it's been very high in the entertainment piece.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it also itches that dinosaur love that you have so much.
That's very true. No, you're right, Dom. It's right there. It's right below the Jurassic Park shelf. So
he's making phone calls.
I know.
Hello.
All right.
Those are the two new kittens. Yeah, so it's a good pickup for this year. Like I said, we got them this Saturday. We've had them for about 3 weeks, and kind of I won't say spontaneous, but anyone who watched the early episodes of Breaking the Mold, my wife came as a package deal with 2 kittens, or 2 cats. I say that were geriatric. They were old when I met her, and they both lived to be 20. Kitty was the black and white one you'd see on film here oftentimes, or on camera. Really kind of became my little buddy. She passed in October of 2019, right before we moved down here to Florida. And then Peanut we lost in June. So we had 6 months of the house being pretty quiet. And then, like I said, we normally, for me, I've always fostered or adopted older senior pets just because they're harder to place. But these 2 were sisters that they needed to go to the same household. So they're coming out of their shells. And if you see me look around the room, that's because they're messing around in here and stuff. So I was like,
that's awesome, man. And it's never easy to lose a pet and stuff. Like so it's nice to see that you have some fur babies back in the house. And do you like? I have a pet, and I know I'm eventually it breaks my heart to think of the inevitability, right? What I'm saying, that more than likely we're gonna outlive our pets. So I'm like, man, would I get another one? How long would it take? Is it a therapeutic thing to maybe pick up new pets? Is it?
Well,
is there's a certain amount of time have to pass?
I think you just know. You know what I mean? That's how it was. And here's a little quick story for this is when we went, Christina and I, we talked and we were like, hey, either 2 cats, maybe a dog and a cat, definitely 2 that could be home together, right? And I follow some rescues. I think I shared with you guys. I used to foster and do some work with the Doberman Pinscher Rescue Group when I lived in Chicago years ago. And so I followed a Dobe rescue and a Boxer rescue. My wife likes pit bulls, but they're all pretty big dogs. Our yard isn't fenced here. But we had a lot of conversation, her and I was off on a Friday. It was one of the days I was like, let's just go see. We'd already done the application for the one rescue that's here. And I was like, let's just take a look and go see what's there. And just it just was a good circumstance that there was a rep there that we could talk to, and looked at several different little pairings of kittens that were there. And like I said, just kind of saw these 2 first, and then just felt right, at the time. So, but my wife, being slick, was like, Gary, I'm so glad that you decided you were ready, and I'm so glad that you made this choice. I think it was just her way of saying, hey, this is you did this, and she was excited, and she was all for it. I could have said, hey, let's go get 2 Great Danes, and whatever I picked, she would have been all for, just to have pets back again. So. Yeah. So it's been good.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm happy. Yeah. All right. So I think that was it. All
right.
That's
what I had.
Sweet. All right. Next up, we got Energon Addict 2020 favorite coming up. All right. So let's see what we got. Man.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So that's the Golden Gomez, and I, not that he's actually my favorite one, but I have a strong connection to Bruce Lee because of my father. So growing up, my dad always had me watching the Bruce Lee movies. Yeah. So it's like a memory I have. So anything Bruce Lee, growing up, I always bought it for my dad. You know what I mean? Not necessarily for me, but more hey, Dad, look what I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I was just like, all right, yeah, I gotta get this too. And fucking around with it for a bit, it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool to have them. I tried to fuck around with this and the SH Figure Out one at the same time. But when you get this in your hands, it's just there's no comparison just because of the soft goods. It just makes for a different feel. But yeah, man, this was one of my favorite pickups. I would have put the Lone Roach up here because I like that one over this one if I was picking Gomez figures. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I got that this year. I think it was last year.
Yeah. Hey Dave, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you get your leg that high?
You want to see me? You want to see me do it? I'll do it live, bro. If I
I'm
do it
good.
live,
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Buddy.
all right.
Don't hurt
Because
yourself.
I can't get my leg that high.
Don't hurt yourself. You know, we're all
I think I can do it. I think I can
we're
still
getting
do
it
it.
up there.
I took karate when I was a kid. Oh,
Nice. Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, yeah, that is the Bruce Lee outfit, kind of like Kill Bill, black and white outfit. Like,
yeah.
that's nice. And you collect the other Gomez figures, right, from Mesco?
Yeah, I have them. I have most of them. The only ones I don't have are those Asia exclusive ones that go for like crazy amount of money. They're like upwards of like $900 now, I think.
Ooh, damn.
So,
all right.
I'm probably never gonna have them unless Dom dies and leaves me his local collection.
Oh, thank you.
You raise them.
But I have the rest of them. So
Nice.
I enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Next one up. Oof. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that's Mastermind Creations Tour, right? And this figure, though it's nice and beautifully painted, not so much because it's a great figure, because it's kind of it's chunky, it's hard to move this guy around, it takes up a lot of space, but it's more so because he completed the fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
And I never ever buy anything like with the intentions of completing. Like I do, but don't. Like I got like that semi completionist attitude where, I kind of have to have all the good guys and I have to have all the bad guys, the main ones. But when it came to this team, I was scary because this is like 5 years in the making or so.
Yeah, long game.
And to be delayed this much, you're like, fuck, are they ever gonna come out with them?
Yeah.
And then they did. They came out with this one, and they came out with Moors earlier this year. That one's huge too. If that one's awesome as well, and just to have them all there, it's like fuck. Finally, they're complete. Because at one point, I was like even debating on selling them because a ton of people were selling them because they were like, oh, this is never gonna be complete.
Yeah.
I'm glad I waited it out because now I'm very happy with it and it looks dope.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that you feel that way because I know, like, due to just like the long wait, like between releases and how long it actually took, I think like a lot of people, just because the main storyline of them, like in the comics, was over and they moved on like to other storylines. So it's people. I think some people who are collectors were feeling like, is there a point to this anymore? To still collecting this, like you mentioned, you are on the bubble with selling them. But it's nice to hear that you're happy that you got the team like completed. So
yeah, I mean. A ton of us Transformer collectors, we're all about the 86 movie. 86 movie is like where it was at, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you really think about it, like the movie was the movie. Everything we got after that wasn't that great, So we hold on to that hour and 30 minutes of however long the movie was, and we hold on to that so tightly. So. Same thing with this story with the DJD. I mean, where else do you get a group of Decepticons that kill other Decepticons and enjoy doing it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is just, you don't find that everywhere. So when you really get into it and you read it and you see the stuff that these dudes do, you're like, yeah, I gotta have that badass team on my shelf. You know what I'm saying?
That's an awesome point you just made. It's not like the fiction disappears. The fiction is there. It's there to enjoy at any time. Just because it's not necessarily what's current doesn't mean that it wasn't enjoyable like at the time and not enjoyable now. Like, it's being something that you like. So that's dope. That is dope. And I know you were big like on the rest of the MMC releases. So like, that's just dope. It's just like you said, nice to be able to finally complete it after like, what'd you say, about a 5-year journey, right?
It feels like if it wasn't 5, it was close to it. It's probably 3 or 4, but still a long ways,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. All right. Ooh, look at this.
Oh.
No, that's the Hot Toys Darth Maul. One of a few now, but but I had this. I actually had when I got it. It sat in the box for like a good month. I didn't open it. Gary likes to say this. He waits to the right time when he has the right moment to open his stuff, and I kind of was doing that with this. It just so happened I forgot what we were doing, but it was in process of something, and it was just messy up here. I didn't want to open it. But then the one day I did, and I took him out, and I started fucking with him, and I started posing him, and I'm like, I don't always mess around with the Hot Toys for too long. The Hot Toys figures, I might give them, a good half hour of attention before they go on the shelf, and I might pick them up from time to time. But this one, for some reason, I've picked up more than one time. I've picked up a few times, and I've posed them a few different ways. So that and the speeder he came with was cool too, because now I got to use something that I potentially would have gotten rid of, which was the sideshow version that came out that you guys had actually bought me for my birthday a few years back, and I didn't want to get rid of it because it's still a great figure. So I was able to put the cloak that came with this one on the sideshow one to put on the speeder. So now I have two versions. So now I have him,
Nice.
who's more dynamic, looks a little better as a posed figure, and the other one who's just on a bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But from here, looks great. You know what I mean? He has the cloak on, and he's ready to go search for the Jedi and go kick some ass. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. And which version of the Hot Toys is this? Is this episode 1?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You said there's other versions of them, right? Out there?
Yeah.
Is
So
this-
they
Did
came
you get
out
the
with-
solo? I was gonna say, did you get the solo one too? With the
No, I'm debating on still on pre-ordering it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna. So they have, like Gary just said, they have the solo one.
Right.
They have a Clone Wars version coming out as well, and they had the sideshow one. So this is like one of 4 1/6 variations of him, and I think they even had another sideshow one prior to the one you guys bought me that was just a little outdated. So this is like 4 or 5 of them now.
And I'm sure they're going to make them a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah. Definitely can make a spider version.
Oh, dude, that statue you have is dope. With the statue version.
I can see them doing a DX version of the spider mold and the spider mall, and just
Uh,
because every
don't tell me that.
'cause that'd be
I'm
dope
running
as
out of
shit.
space, man. Like
Go
I'm
in.
trying to put 3 of them in each square, and it's getting.
All right. Next up.
Right. So
Oh, yeah,
Interesting.
Mythic.
I put this in here, right? It's not my favorite Mythic figure, but this year it has been, because it has been probably the base for, I would say, probably about 70% of the customs I did this year. So it was like a good base body to have, because he comes with the one armored arm and the one, bulky muscular arm and the bare chest. So out of that figure, Jose, I basically made like 5 or 6 different figures from him.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's just a good base. I wanted to put him and the Perp Lord figure, but I just found that I used this guy way more than I have the Perp Lord figure. So I have probably about 3 of him still in package, and I've probably used about 5 of him for custom.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Though you're right. He's a good mix, of pieces, right? And with your painting skills, I think you guys custom, and he comes with those good legs. I like those legs because they're fairly stable too for mythics.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
those 1.0 legs are a little
Yeah.
hardier.
yeah, it's cool.
Is this particular piece like something that could be considered fodder, like so easier to kind of get your hands on, where you can use it for practice?
Well, the thing is it's a newer wave, so it's like you could still get it on BBTS
Yeah.
for $50. But for us, this is the last wave that we've even gotten, like
Yeah.
that we were able to pick up when we were at shows or pick
yeah.
up, pre-order wise. So this wave has probably hit me like 3 times in the face already. So that's why so it's easier. Yeah, like you said, it's easier to obtain.
Okay.
So right now, that's why I kind of have a few of them stocked up, because if you try to do this with your older figures, you're potentially doing this to a figure that's $150. You know what I mean? You don't want to touch those to get the pieces that he has on him. You know what I'm saying? Because what he basically has is pieces from a 1.0 figure that are scarce. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were to find them, you're tearing up probably tearing a figure up that you don't want to touch.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll pop this guy apart all day long. Look, Jose. Look. I'll give you an example. Look. He's just shit. Like parts of his body are all over the place. Look. Like, it's everywhere. So. Nice. Yeah, definitely got to give it up to Chrono for helping me out this year. Thank you.
No doubt. And that's another thing that you've really gotten big into, right? With the customizing this past year and stuff. I guess being home, you've been able to...
It's helped me out a lot with passing time this year. I've painted a little bit less than I have been the past few months. But at the beginning of this pandemic, that's all I did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was doing a new custom like every week, you know what I mean? Just to have something to do, you know? Yeah. Just to feel like you were completing something, you know? So it's definitely nice.
And it's nice, man, refining like skills and stuff like that. You know, I saw, I think Chris showed off last night a piece he said you painted from. That shit looked good to me. You know?
Yeah, I had that here for a minute. And, you know, you guys remember I wasn't feeling good for a good month. I had missed a bunch of episodes and stuff. But once I started feeling better, I'm like, I got to finish this for Chris. Like, you know? And it was so hard for me to mail it. Like, I didn't even want to mail it out because I had spent so much time on it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I want to do another one. Like, I want to do another one for him of the same thing. I want him to give me back the old one. Just because, like, you know, as you're doing it, and especially when you, I don't know if JD, you could attest to this. If you start something a month ago and then start again, it's kind of hard to pick up where you left off, as opposed to just doing it from start to finish. You know.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have done everything, because there was like little tricks and stuff you find with some of those custom pieces that, you know, like if I would have applied the paint differently there, it would have came out different. But now that I already had painted it, it's kind of hard to fix it when you already have paint on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like never being happy with the work you do. Like, you know what I'm saying, almost in a way, because you're always learning new things. You're always constantly going to get better if you keep practicing. So that's the thing.
It's even like with some of my older stuff, like some of it I've taken and I've thrown it in the washer. I've fucking scrubbed the paint off with a toothbrush because it just bothers me so much. But others, I just leave it, and I'm like, you know what? It's a testament to where I started.
It tells a story.
Exactly. The evolution, you know, of your skills and stuff. So that's nice, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else.
I could not have this as my favorite figure. This fucking thing came to my house, and I took this little ass out the box, and I told my wife, I said, look, if I don't buy anything else this year, at least I got this. Like, I got a Hot Toys Wicket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought it was gonna happen. It happened, and it was cool. Like, it's cool to fuck with. Like, when you have one in your hand, and you feel how little and furry he is and how he moves around. It just makes for everything. For like my love of Ewoks and collecting, it just sums it up in that figure right there.
It's apropos, man. Apropos to throw this one in there, and it's nice. It looks good. You said this is a Hot Toys version.
Yeah, and it comes. I bought the package, so that I bought the one that, you know, it comes with Leia, and Leia's great. You know, she's cool, but it's not Wicked. You know?
Yeah, nice, man. Nice. All right, sweet. Was that it? Yeah, thanks for sharing, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, these were some of mine, and you know me, I've scaled back my collecting a lot, so this is just going to be heavy, you know, and you know, Dust coined me Sergeant Siege, and honestly, those are the figures I have been enjoying the most throughout the year. You know, I'm very impressed with that toy line, and you know, some of those figures have been some of my favorites throughout the year. So I think this was a favorite of Brian Brinks last night, the Earthwise Optimus Prime. I mean, this figure is dope. You know, I remember the Classics figure that came out in probably like 05, 06, around there, and getting like an updated modern version of Optimus Prime at the time. And, you know, I remember thinking that was like the greatest thing. And for a long time, many years, even though they've put out tons of Optimus Prime figures, like I never really felt like in the Generations line that they put out anything that surpassed that until Siege, and then putting this version out just a year after that Siege version that was so good itself, that everybody felt like knocked the classics versions off the top spot for Optimus figures. So this Earthwise one, man, I mean, it's just clean. It's the posability, the colors on it. It comes with the Matrix inside. A lot of people have said that some of these Hasbro mainline figures are almost like mini masterpieces. Like this almost feels like it's one of those. The transformation is fun. It's fun to flip back and forth. And I've always said the appeal of still collecting mainline is you're not really dumping a ton of money into it, depending on how you collect them, and you don't really have to worry about breaking the figures too much, as opposed to when you spend $150 or $200 on a third-party figure, and maybe you have an accident, it's going to hurt a lot worse. So, awesome figure, I loved it. Next one up, I know this one didn't come out this year, but
Yeah, that's dope.
I picked it up this year. I was kind of late to the game on this mold with Fans Project. This is I think Severo Core is the name of this one, which is based off I guess the Cybertronian version of Grimlock, when he turned into a tank and stuff like that. I mean, awesome figure, even though I know the mold is probably from back in the day, like 2012 or so. I think that shit still holds up pretty well in 2020, as far as the posability and how much fun it is to kind of flip this back and forth. I'm a fan of the little chess piece too, which is like a little figure that comes out and becomes almost like a little Power Master kind of like type gimmick with these. And I was so happy with this one. I picked up, I was able to get the original steel core version of this, that blue and gray. And I mean, I really, really dig it. I thought this was a really well-made piece. Kind of regret I waited so long to pick it up, but I got it on sale. So
I like the way he looks with the claws and shit.
Yeah, dude, like almost like Wolverine.
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, really nice. And the claws are like retractable.
We spoke about this mold, bro. It does something to me too, because back when we were trying to pick these up, these Fans Project, when they were hot, it was like that steel core that you were just talking about. I remember picking that up after the fact too, and I still look at it and I'm like, shit, it brings back nostalgia, just recent nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like I remember wanting that mold so bad, and now to see you picking it up in 2020, it's crazy.
Dude, Fans Project was the shit back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't like that, like supposedly like this like mold or whatever, like almost like that original like third party figure or something like that, I think, or at least one of the first like molds or original pieces that a third party like company put out. Like I know
their Springer was like the first third full party figure, that like one of the first third party figures that were ever put out. Like a lot of third party was like add-on kits, but like eventually several companies made the leap to full figures, and I think Fans Project was one of the first that did the Springer, which is part of this line. So the core line that they did. It was
the Springer and Revolver, right? That's the same one.
Yeah.
Like same mold. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, they were really, really nice pieces. So I got it. I was late to the game, but man, even so many years later, awesome piece. All right, next one up. This was another recent pickup, man. Kingdom Cyclonus, which came out in the last few weeks. Very impressed again for a mainline Transformer. This is another piece I never had back in the day during the G1 days. They made a pretty good Generations version of this figure back in the mid 2000s, which was basically, probably till this version came out, the best version of Cyclonus as far as like an action figure. But this, man, I flipped it back and forth a couple of times. It's got like the right amount of complexity, but really not so difficult, that you wouldn't want to flip it back and forth and have fun with it. So, and I think it just nails the look of the character. So really, really nice piece. And again, mainline Hasbro. and this was
Oh, that looks dope.
yeah, this was another one that I really, really loved. Never had it as when I was a kid, G1 version. When this was announced as being like a Titan class figure, like we all kind of knew, they were releasing them like one per year. And we got the Metroplex, Trypticon, then we got the Fort Max. We kind of knew Scorponok would eventually be coming, and in my opinion, this is the best Titan class figure like they put out. With the ankle tilts, just the size of the figure, like when you have them out the box and you stand them up. I mean, the posability, the playability, like it's freaking awesome. It's still a headmaster. That head comes off. You got the Lord Zarek figure. It's really, really nice.
Now, Jose, I watched Ace's review of that. Did you get any of the upgrades yet for yours, or?
I didn't get any of the upgrade pieces or anything. Like, honestly, I'm very happy with the figure as it is, even though, like, I've seen, I think, some of the DNA kits, that give you the posable scorpion legs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, those upgrades are great, but I don't even think I'm going to go in on those. Like, I'm very happy with this figure as is. Like, I felt like the Titans in the past needed those because you didn't have the ankle tilts.
Ankle tilts, yeah.
You didn't really have like all the accessories. Like I can't complain with this one. Like, this one is nice, for what they gave you right out the box. So just really, really happy with it.
That looks really good.
Yeah, and then
I didn't know you were taking pictures though.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, I'm trying to get back into the game, for 2021, looking to do that.
Let's do it, bro. Come on, let's bring it back.
Let's go. And this one also recent release. This is the Netflix version, Earthwise of Soundwave. And what's significant about it with me, like it's very similar to the Siege version that came out like last year, which was a pretty nice figure in my opinion. But this one turns into the cassette deck. I mean, you can't fucking beat that. That's what everybody wanted. And it's actually the set, and it comes with laser beacon ravages. You can see right there. The original version was a standalone figure, and you had to get the cassettes, separately, which I know a lot of people had a hard time getting. So I know this is a figure that's hot out there. A lot of people still looking for it. Thank you, Dom, for picking this one up. We really appreciate it. And yeah, man, it's like the complete package. Soundwave, you got the red eyes. He's the cassette deck like back in the day. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for.
So I will totally blame you, Jose. I own this figure thanks to you and Dust doing your like right out the box. And again, thankful to the Realm helping people out. Tyler, I think, found a couple of these. I know he got a few for that was available and put it in the chat. And I was like, yeah, I definitely want one. And it was like literally like right after you guys like reviewed yours. So yeah, I've got that for all those reasons. No space mud, the red eyes, and it just, like you said, looks like a fun figure to mess around with that you don't have to worry about like with like your masterpiece necessarily. So. Exactly.
Yep. So really, really nice. And cool. I think those were my 5. So all right. So JD is up here, and initially he was sending us. I don't think he read the whole chat. So when he sent us pictures, I think he sent his Christmas haul. And I'm sure the 5 pictures that he sent me was not even all of it. So walk us through, JD. What do you got here? What do you got?
So I ended up with the Mondo 1/6 scale baby Hellboy.
Whoa.
The top
1/6 scale figure.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So those top 2 are the old Sideshow 1/6 scale Hellboy and Cronin from the movie, and then some loose what's that, Johan and Roger from the old Mezco line from like
where'd you find those?
Huh?
You found those? You got those as gifts?
Yes,
those are nice.
Yeah.
It sounded like Dave was like about to be like, "Yo, who's your dealer, bro?
Those are older figures, so
they're
very old figures. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Harder to get then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sweet. What was this? Oh,
from the Evil Dead 2, the Necronomicon, but it's like an actual replica of the book. Ooh. So all of the pages are inked in blood.
Gary, you want that?
Yeah, that doesn't faze me so badly, surprisingly. Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
It's just a book. You got to be worried about. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Nice. What's
the
that?
Lightsaber Collection. That is a book as well.
Nice.
It's every lightsaber in Star Wars, pretty much. Like a lot of legend stuff. There's a lot of canon stuff, and I think that book came out this year. So, like, pretty much everything that's ever been thought out or whatever, or
basically to the current day or whatever, whenever it was published. That's cool. Like I didn't even know that was a book. Like when I saw that picture initially, like I thought maybe those were like replica. Like
me too. I thought you could take them right out of the
yeah,
right out of the top.
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be cool. That would have been pretty awesome.
I was like, damn, he's gonna be putting these on his wall and stuff. Like, nice. And then, nice piece.
And then I ended up getting the samurai Kylo Ren finally.
Nice.
He's fucking dope though.
Looks good. Those are from that samurai line of the Star Wars figures that SH Fig Arts is putting out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun stuff.
Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was the Christmas haul, but now he really sent us his 2020 page.
So before I go ahead with this was a very, very difficult thing.
Of course, it was
to go through. I
You
mean,
only had 5 minutes to do it.
well, that's true too. So yeah, there's been a lot of stuff that came out.
Oh wow!
Year. My choices in these are more sentimental to me. So yeah.
So not really representing the best of the best, but these.
Well, they are. They are some of my favorite.
We'll tell them why you love this one so much, JP.
Because this was a gift from the Jackal Squad this year for me. And this is a truly, truly beautiful piece.
It is.
This is the Mondo Merman from Masters of the Universe.
I remember seeing this thing, and it's like the armor is so weathered and beautiful on this figure. It's just amazing what they did. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's all pitted and barnacles and shit growing on it, and it's fucking ridiculous.
This is a figure because they issued out like a couple figures before this figure. This is a figure that you would see and say, you know what, I have to get the other two and get this fucking you got to get this line. So it's a tough figure to let go.
I think this is one where the line is getting better. You know what I mean? I think because like the He-Man, the head sculpt was, I don't know, it seemed kind of off to me. The Skeletor was like, all right. And it felt like by the time this one came out, like you said, JD, it really hit some stride with the sculpt and the paint and the aesthetic, you know.
Those eyes and those fish lips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look at him. Yeah.
I mean,
he's got articulated mouth and it's just ridiculous. They even went to the lengths to give him extra feet. Mm-hmm. If you want to like put him on a stand and he's like his toes are spread like he's treading water.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And JD, by the way, how tall is this thing?
This is a 1/6 scale figure.
Oh, okay.
Another one. All right.
Shut up.
I think you're up to like 7 or 8 or something.
So it's not even a fucking. I thought this was like would have been like a 6 or 7 inch.
Nah, dude, it's a fucking hot. It's a hot
toy.
Nah,
it's a statue.
No,
that shit looks dope. The detail though, like it looks fucking incredible, man. Like that's nice. That's definitely a nice looking pickup.
So yeah,
12 fucking inches. He's in.
He's in. That's it.
The fucking
I'm just trying to stay out of that fucking Hot Toys. You know what I mean? Like the Star Wars stuff. I'm bad enough with the Black Series stuff. I don't need to start that with Hot Toys. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
So this was the next one. You know, like I said, like I'm picking these they mean a lot to me nostalgia, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, this fucking figure is
That looks
beautiful.
so dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that it sort of looks like stylized and a little bit maybe more realistic like looking than cartoony. Like it looks
Yeah.
good. This is another 12-inch figure, same line.
Yep,
Mhm.
same line.
Yep.
It's the Man at Arms, the Mondo Man at Arms. So the big ball comes out of the end, and it's attached by a chain on his mace.
Wow.
He has two different head sculpts, one with the helmet on, and then the other one doesn't have a helmet. And the one without the helmet, he's got like a mohawk thing going on, and it's fucking dope as shit.
Mm.
And then you can make him hold his helmet, of course. And then he comes with a ton of other accessories. You know, it's like all kinds of different guns and shields and.
What are retail on these type of figures?
Are they like $230?
Hot Toys. You're in. Oh, you're in.
Yep.
It doesn't say Hot
Toys
Toys.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's only a matter of time before you go down that Star Wars.
He's in such denial. Look at his face. He's hiding behind that fucking beard, motherfucker.
So, of course, like
the toy that you can kill your
phenomenal. Baby for. Yeah. It's a trigger for a lot of people. I was happy to find a couple of them on the shelves.
A couple? Oh my god!
Yeah, two.
Yo, we just lost like
Trigger
half our
me.
fucking people watching, bro.
But you know, my love for GI Joe. You know, the next picture will explain why I love these figures. You know what I mean? But
So,
like,
it's all good, JD. I've seen people post pics with rows of these motherfuckers. Like, damn, yo,
yeah,
that's why nobody else got any.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, just the accessories and all that shit alone, like
look at that. Yeah, all the guns and stuff.
the posability, like just what they're doing with this line with Black Series. That's why this was so difficult, because of all the good figures we've gotten with Black Series. I mean, just you know, the Mafex Batman and there's just so many good toys. But like the things that have resonated with me, that's where I'm making my choices here. And just like, this is an excellent action figure. And I can't wait till the infantry figure, you know, is readily available for everyone to get.
Yeah. And then look at the choices of being able to have it like with the helmet or helmetless. So like, I mean, I'm sure that's a drive, not even to true build even more, because you could have variations of the figure itself.
You can almost customize it without customizing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think do you think they make more of these just knowing that like people would want to true build them, or no? It's just, you know, they make their, you know, their cases and that's
well,
it.
I mean, this particular one apparently they didn't make enough of them.
Right.
Yeah.
How many per case of this one?
This was a full case. This was a Target exclusive. This came out full cases, just like the
just
beach
its own case, just the
Oh,
figure.
so it didn't come out in a wave or anything.
Okay.
No, this was exclusive to Target, and it had its own full case assortment. And it's just that just didn't make enough of them, because people, like you said, Jose, people were looking to troop build these things.
Yeah. Wow.
So my next pick is going to be Duke. This figure is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is,
but
actually.
The reason it resonates with me is because it was a very shitty time. I was unable to work, and Chan had surprised us with the whole first wave of these.
Oh.
Like she had, and it was like way before anybody else had them too, which was even cooler. But like, this figure really stood out to me. He's really, really well articulated. The fucking head sculpt is amazing.
Yep.
You know, and it kind of helped push us through a shitty time, you know.
JD, you convinced me on this one. So this was a line that I was super excited for also. And look, you know, you guys know I don't complete anything. I don't have like teams and things like that. But you know, he and Beachhead I think are my two favorite out of that line for sure. And you know, I think you're right. I think that just resonates with the character really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they look great. Like as far as like updated representations of the characters from the '80s. Like I think these are supposed to be based off like a video game or a mobile game or something. Or at least the look of these, I think, are represented in some type of media. You know, but it's good to see like that the fandom like gravitated towards these six shows the way they have, and that it's seemingly as successful like as it is. Like it just kind of guarantees that you'll get more of this stuff. Hopefully, you know what I mean.
Well, that game was a complete failure. Like
was
people bought it, played it, and it was like complete garbage, and got their money back. So like the game I think was to accompany the action figure line.
Yeah.
You know, it was to try and help push it or whatever. But like, you know, there's 5 different levels designs in the game, and then all the characters do like pretty much the same shit throughout the entire game, and you know, it's very repetitive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Even based off that though, like the figures are still close enough to the almost like the original versions, like, you know, updated versions of the original characters, that it doesn't even matter that it's almost like tied into an unsuccessful game. You know, like, people are still happy with it, so, and it looks good. These figures do look great. You know?
Yeah. All right. And my last one, I guess.
Let me
sitting here. That I ended up.
Oh, there you go.
Getting for Christmas, and you know, we all know the love for Transformers has been reignited thanks to Ace and, you know, Sergeant Siege here. But yeah, this thing I got for Christmas, and I had no idea, zero idea that this thing was even in my future. It was always something like, man, I wish I would have picked that up.
It was on your radar and stuff.
Yeah, but of course Chan had to surprise me, and Hanny got him in, and she hit him up and was like, look, send one of those to me. And I'm like, you know, I'm opening the wrapping paper and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, I just see this box in there, this like green colored box with like little alien guys on it, and it says Merry Christmas, not for sale, and it's got the date on it and all that shit. And
that box does not give away anything of the contents like inside. Like to me, I was thinking because of the name, like Cell or Studio Cell, like I was like, are these supposed to be like little like germs or something, like, or like molecules or something like that, you know? But dude, that piece is with the
fucking thing is amazing.
Yeah,
I fucking love this thing.
Yeah, I actually could have thrown that piece in. I did get that earlier. I just didn't really mess with it. I took it out. I kind of just posed it up a little bit. Haven't transformed them or anything, but I think Brian was talking about it a little bit like yesterday, like just the way that's engineered to transform and very little kibble and stuff like that. You know, like it's awesome. You know, it's pretty awesome.
My only complaint is that I wish they would have totally beat Hasbro's size. Like they could have made this thing twice as big as it is.
Yeah,
and, that is still cheaper than the HasLab one. But anyway, I'm still ecstatic that I had no freaking clue that I was going to end up with that, and I'm super happy that I did. So, thanks, Chan, for feeding my addiction.
Yeah, Chan.
I think Jose froze.
Did he freeze?
He's frozen.
Our host froze. What do we do?
So now, what do we do? No. All right. Well, Jose would probably go, well, that was cool, JD. So I guess we could wrap on that. No.
No.
I don't know.
He's got to shut it down, doesn't he?
Yeah, because I don't have access anymore.
Huh.
He took away my access.
They did take away your access?
Uh-oh, I got
I lost it somehow. I have no idea.
Oh,
So,
bad boy.
So what do you with this year-end review? What do you guys like? Is there anything you guys looking forward to next year? Is this something that you can't with everything that's come out this year? Is there something you're looking forward to next year? I know there's a lot have been teased and things are going obviously in the right direction for a lot of these toy lines. And but off your top of your head, what are a few things that you guys are looking forward to?
Honestly, I don't give a fuck about toys anymore. Like, whatever fucking comes. Whatever I spend money on, it comes. I'm looking forward to getting together sometime
Agreed.
next year.
Yes.
I miss sharing the passion together.
Yeah, I'd
in
rather
person.
hang out with you guys for a
In
week
person.
than buy anything. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's like,
And one thing that's happened, you're right, Dom, there's a lot of cool
Yeah.
stuff, but I actually went through, we talked about this before, so I don't have to go into it, but I looked at some of my pre-orders, across the board in different places, and really, it got down to like probably 4 or 5 specific things to fit, like what I really want, right? So one thing I didn't mention because I didn't get it yet, but the Jackal Squad was super generous, and I've got the Razor Crest coming, right? And I can't wait. So I'm getting the 3 3/4 characters that I want now when I see them, so that I make sure I have like the crew, right? So which Cara Dune, which Mandalorian, just a couple, stuff like that I've got, but. I think this year with everything else, like because the whole life was almost like living through pre-orders and exclusives online, I'm kind of over it. Meaning, if I see it, great. If it's in stock and I want it, maybe I'll pick it up. But I'm not gonna worry about what's pre-order from Walmart, what's pre-order from BBTS, and what's on Amazon, and I really went through and purged and cleaned it up and just narrowed it down to a few specific things. And for me, it really is just being able to get back together and share the passion in person and have the fun that comes with, getting together that way,
yeah. I miss not being able to sleep at night because Dom's snoring.
Oh yeah.
Or getting waking up early for breakfast by Gary.
Because he's hungry.
I'm hungry.
Or waiting at the restaurant an extra half hour for JD. I mean, I miss it all. It all, honestly. Like, I'll deal with all that fucking bullshit. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely one of the things I'm looking forward to, because I'm already seeing I'm already putting the dates on the calendars of what where we're going to be at and what conventions are coming up, so we can meet and everything. I can't wait, but it's something that was surely missed this year. It wasn't like I know I went to the Toy Con and I think in November, I forgot what it was, October, November, that they had it, and it definitely wasn't the same just being there and without you guys, and just walking around the floor, and it's just I was like waiting for the call from Dust, and just we're headed out to lunch, let's go, and rallying the troops and going back to have a couple drinks and just shoot the shit with everybody. But it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to this year coming up. So hopefully this whole virus thing comes to a closure. Everyone's safe with vaccinated, and numbers coming down, and this is all put this all in the past. So
I don't want to sound like a little. All right, this is it's gonna come out wrong, but this is what I want to say.
Say it.
I want to be able to hang out with my friends again before something else happens. You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
I totally agree.
Like before we lose someone else or someone loses anybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, for example, Jose spoke about Dust. Unfortunately, we lost Mike, and I haven't seen Dust all year.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't remember if he was he at Zolo with us. I don't think he was, right?
No, he was in solo. No, he
Oh,
was
he
in
was.
solo.
Okay,
Yeah, he
that's
was
the
there.
He
last
was in
time I
solo.
saw
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
But I haven't seen Gary all year.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
since-
Gary in over a year. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
but
Last
yet
time
I
was.
talk to him. But yet I talk to him fucking 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week, like consistently. You know, if that, maybe every day sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like it's getting to a point where, like, honestly, the memories do outweigh all this bullshit we spend our money on.
Oh yeah.
It does. I love my toys. I love them, but my wife, my kids, my friends mean more to me than all this crap. Like, peace out. See you later. You know, give me 1 or 2 Mythic Legions to paint. And I'll paint them all year round. But if I get to see you guys, I'm good. You know what I
Can you
mean?
paint me, Dave?
I will. That would be a fun paint. That would be a fun paint. That would be a real fun paint.
It's a big
stubble will
canvas.
be a
It's a big canvas, so you know.
I
There's
actually
a lot of
just did a
paint.
fat orc. If you want to see him, I did a fat orc the other day.
I can imagine. You call him Dom?
I will now.
Nice. Sorry.
Hey, it's Jose.
Yeah, I got some had some technical difficulties there. I almost called in. I had to send out the bat signal just in case I couldn't get back in here. I had to do the hard reboot. Got stuck, but thanks for sharing though, guys. I mean, it's nice to see some of the stuff that got us through the year. Look at that. Look
It's
at that
awesome.
thing. What is
His new name.
Goblin?
Yeah, that's about where my belly. That's where about my belly is right now.
That's how I'm looking too, bro. Me too, dude. I gotta fucking do my thing. I gotta do my thing, dude. I've been so bad. Any just before we sign off and stuff, any kind of just one thing looking forward to as far as the new year or as far as action figure or anything? It could be anything, anything you're looking forward to.
I think it's pretty unanimous, like Dave said. It's gonna be all of us like just hanging out.
Being able to get to chill and hang, yeah, man. That is for
Everybody out there, like Maya, we miss you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this shit,
Everybody.
Dust.
Miss everybody. Not being able to do the usual hangouts like we did has been like a crazy bummer. But hopefully we're looking to better times ahead. We'll see.
I mean, it's one. It's. We could at least say that we're here, right? Like, look, breaking the mold. We're still here. 3 years, going 3 years strong now in a week or so, right?
Yeah.
And we went through this year, fucking through our ups and downs. Jose was working crazy overtime in the middle of all this bullshit, on top of going to school. We may do without him. You know what I'm saying? Brian, look at Brian right now. He's taking care of his parents. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we come together when it's important. Mike died, and we came together. A bunch of us, went to his family's house and did what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I could say is that this community, it was built about being together. It was built about being around each other. Not the podcast so much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the podcast is what kind of started it.
Yeah.
But the strength, the real the real veins of this is when we're together.
Yeah, it crosses over. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's and for everyone, we always told the great stories that when it does cross over, you know what I mean, and then make a better connection. It's, it makes it real. Yeah,
I think
cool.
I think that next year when we do finally get back together, it's gonna get even better.
Yeah, the love is gonna be
It's gonna be
crazy,
there.
bro. Just because of the withdrawal from this year, it's gonna fucking be like, yo.
Right.
I just picture it, man. I picture it, and then the connection is the good word. It's the connection that everybody's made with everybody else, and despite of everything, I mean, it's behind the scenes. Everybody, there's a lot of people I know that stay in touch and exchange
Exactly.
gifts and have built bonds. Like, it's incredible to see. So it's still, despite everything that's happened and the people we've lost and the hardships we're going through, that's definitely something to be thankful for. now and looking forward, in 2021, so I cut off the presentation, but I did have just a little message for everybody that's been with us, that's here with us, hanging out, everybody in the chat, everybody in the group, everybody that's a part of the realm, that supports the realm, that supports what we do here. We truly appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you for being here with us. And, hopefully these little things we do here and everybody, with the connections they've made in the group, just makes for just better life overall. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I look forward to every single Tuesday, being here with you guys, chatting, and we're chatting into the wee hours of the fucking morning when we sign off here. So I really, really appreciate that. So, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in the very, very near future. So, with that, good show, guys. Really, really love it. Really love seeing everybody's favorite pickups for the year 2020. Let's call it a night. We'll go around the yard, get some where you ats, and next week we'll hit you with our 3-year anniversary show. Fucking 3 years, just like that, bang,
Bam.
So maybe I gotta dig into the treasure trove over there. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something like that. We'll see what happens.
We're 3 years old. We're on pull-ups now. Daddy.
We're getting there.
I'm a big kid now.
So once again, thank you everybody that watches and listens. Once again, we love you guys and we really appreciate it. So with that said, Big Dom, I'll start with you, brother. Let them know.
You can find me on the Facebook group, Don Grasso, and I just want to say thanks to everybody this year. Like, as all the hardships that we did go through, I think it's just going to make 2021 more, a little bit sweeter. There's definitely going to be hugs that going to last a little bit longer than 2 seconds, so don't feel weird. But at the end of the day, we all love you guys. This is no bonus.
Damn it!
But this is
guarantees.
Is what you guys make of it. The platform is here. We as special thanks out to Dust. He's been the foreseer of making this work and bringing us all together. If it wasn't for him, I would never ever meet any of you guys, and I appreciate him every day. I come out here talking to you guys and sharing the love I have for toys and the love I have for friendship. So thank you, and can't wait to see you guys in the next event. I agree with Dave. We definitely don't need a toy to a convention to meet up, but at the end of the day, that's where a lot of us do meet up. But so when the next time comes around, I will love to see everybody and come up, say hello, say hi, and these times we've been through the hard times, so we know like these. We're never gonna, we're not always here forever, and we should make it and live it to our fullest. So, love you guys, and see you next week.
Yeah, man. Awesome. All right, JD.
You can find me, JD Brochus, in the Facebook group, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Shelf Gravy next week, I guess. Tomorrow night, all new Figure Banging.
Is it Figure Banging?
Tuesday nights here. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, and for this show, we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and just keep this community thing a community.
Yep,
is the most important thing. Family.
Yep. Keep it rocking.
A familia.
All right, Dave.
You can find me here on Tuesdays. Find me on Facebook, David Colon, Instagram, and a John Addict. Hopefully, me and Jose start flooding Instagram with pictures again. Get all you fucking new jacks out the way. Even though we're old school now, can't take a picture for shit. But
whatever you say, Grandpa.
everything that I said before too. I'm not gonna relive that again. But guys, look, all I'm gonna say is, if you haven't met any of us yet, if you haven't came to a show, if you've debated, and next year there is one, get to it, because you don't know if there's going to be another one. Just fucking go. You know what I mean? Sportimus went to the last TFCon, and now we all have a million stories of when we met Sportimus, and how great it was to see him. So just keep it going with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, the veins of this community is the get-togethers of us being together. So why not just, throw a few more fucking veins in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get some new faces, people that have been watching the show that we've never met. Buy that plane ticket, save some fucking money up, and go to the next event. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow's not promised. So that's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for watching. See you next year.
Yep.
Well said, brother. All right, Gary.
Yeah, so Gary Allen, the Facebook groups, and I'm not going to reiterate everything that we've said. It's just, it may feel like a little extra effort sometimes. It definitely is worth it. It pays off, and I think when it feels like the real life is overwhelming, I think it's helpful to realize everything ebbs and flows for everybody, and the solid foundations are the things that you can always come back to. And like I'll just speak for myself. It's been a hard, even the last couple of weeks not being able to make it to the show, and I come right back, and it just feels great. The other content that people are making, not for content, so to speak, as far as marketing, but just putting forth the effort for the other shows. It's helpful. It's really great. And then to your point, Dave, just reaching out and talking to people you haven't had a chance to meet in person yet, so that when that opportunity comes up, it'll just make things like really just a great time when it happens. So, but yeah, I guess JD took the dad joke about, hey, see you next year, but it's always a classic, right? So you gotta stick with what works.
All right, guys, and as for myself, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, HarricanBX, ETR on Monday nights, and here every single Tuesday with my brothers here. Also, Verbally Challenged is still a thing on all audio platforms. New episodes coming soon. Just look forward to it in the new year. It's coming. And once again, like these guys have said, everybody in the chat, everybody that's part of the realm, we love you. We appreciate you. Definitely when we get these get-togethers going, again, as Dave said, make the effort to go. I guarantee you're going to have a good time. You're going to love the experience, and it's truly the backbone of what we're all about here. So very much looking forward to all of that in the new year. All right. And once again, just thank you for being supportive of us and watching us here every single Tuesday night on Breaking the Mold, 3 years strong, next Tuesday night. So we love you and appreciate you guys. Also, before we sign off, as these guys said, check out the rest of the shows on the Pool Table Network. You can find the Pool Table page on Facebook. With the links to all of their awesome podcasts here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel tomorrow night. Figure banging around 9:30 with Ace Milo and the rest of the crew. Nerd Life Syndicate on Fridays, and check out other friends of the show, the Nerds Have Spoken. They usually drop on Thursday nights or Thursdays in general, and check out the Total Package podcast with all the ladies of the realm doing their thing also on Thursday nights on their YouTube channel. And thank you guys. All right. We're going to see you next week. Enjoy your new year. Happy New Year. Take care. Stay safe and peace out. And shout out to Brian Brink, brother. We love you. And,
we miss you, Brian.
We miss you, man.
Peace.
Miss all of you. Stay safe.
Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. All right. We love you. Peace.
Say it with me now.